Mets are going through it right now. Dan, I'm not worried. Are you?
It'd be nice if they played better, don't you think? I mean, that's putting it pretty mildly there. Look, I mean, I just say thank goodness they got off to that 45-24 start, because where would they be right now? I know that they haven't played well since June the 13th. I get it. But, guys, I mean, it's not the whole season, but it's a good chunk of the season. You know, we're talking over 50 games here. You get one hit in the last 14 innings. I know that the bats go dry. It happens over the course of a long season. But let's think about where this team is right now. The bats and the offense have given you nothing. Starting pitching does not go deep into games. Yeah, it's great that they've stockpiled this bullpen last week at the trading deadline, but it kind of defeats the purpose if by the time you get the game to the bullpen, you're playing from behind and you're too far out of reach to even make a dent. Yeah, I'm a little concerned right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you're worried.
Yeah, a little bit.
Tony, why has this Mets team been so inconsistent?
Well, for me, you can point to the starting pitching, but for me, it's those top hitters, because those are the guys. This was supposed to be a strength of the team. Is you have Juan Soto, you have Francisco Lindor, you have Brandon Nimmo and Pete Alonso at the top of this lineup, and they just have all not been consistent enough to make things work. When was the last time the Mets went on one of those runs where they're just winning games 10-5 every night? Because the rotation was never supposed to be the strength of this team. It was supposed to be decent, but not like the thing. The offense is supposed to be really good, not average. It's been average. And when you have your top hitters disappearing for long stretches at a time, it makes it very hard to be a consistent team. They just need more point blank from all of these guys in the lineup. And until that happens, it's hard for me to sit here and say they're going to be a consistent team going forward.
As you're speaking there, I'm thinking in my head, can I make a case that it's the starting pitching, actually? That is the most inconsistent part of this Mets team, and I can't. So I'm in agreement there with the first four guys being the most important and the biggest reason for why the Mets are where they are right now. It starts with those guys. It always was supposed to start with these guys, and they're the highest paid players on the team for a reason. They're the most important. You need these guys in order to bail out, as you said, the starting rotation when they're not really built to be more than 5-6 innings guys at best. You're supposed to be winning games by scoring runs, this team. And the funny part to me, though, guys, is I'm looking at the on-pace statistics for these four guys. They're still on pace for 30-plus home runs each, close to 100 RBIs, pretty good OPSs. But the part is that it's maddening how they're getting there. Mm-hmm. It's frustrating for fans, because I do feel like a couple of years from now, we're going to look back at these numbers for these guys and be like, why was everybody so up in arms about it, right? But it's because of the path that they're taking. It's the huge slumps in between. And it's a big problem when you're not winning games.
And I was going through this the other day and looking at projected WAR totals for these guys. And really, with the exception of Lindor, who had that great season last year and has fallen off this year, they're on pace to do, like Will said, what they've done in the past. But it is the sequencing. Sequencing matters so much in this game. And when you've got Pete Alonso disappearing 5-6 weeks at a time, you've got Juan Soto going through an entire bad month, you've got Francisco Lindor not really giving you very much production for 2.5 months at this point, that matters. You can't have them disappear and then get hot for a week and then disappear again.
But if they get hot at the right time, to my point earlier, that's all that it takes. And I'd rather be in a position where the Mets are at, that they have the potential with those guys to get hot. Are you telling me that you don't believe in Lindor, Soto, and Alonso at some point over the next 40-plus games and in October that they're going to get it done?
Well, no, I mean, that's what you have to hold out hope for if you're a fan. I agree with you 1,000%. But to your guys' point, I mean, the problem so far this year, middle of the month of August, I mean, all three of those guys have not been firing on all cylinders at the same point. Like, could you imagine what this lineup would look like? And I don't care if it's not as deep and the guys at the bottom of the lineup aren't pulling their weight. If those three guys are all hitting on all cylinders at the same time, this lineup is going to cook. It is, but we just have not seen that consistently. Now, if you can get into the playoffs and then you leave it up to chance, I'll go to battle with those guys any day of the week, especially in a short series.
The other part of that equation is how much you need those guys, though, because the lineup isn't deep enough, where even, you can't really count on somebody else to get hot and to do a huge part of the heavy lifting here. You need those four guys, and so the onus is on them. So it's not just like, hey, we think they could do it. No, they have to do it. They really have to do it for this team to be a success.